That's new music from Molly Molly. The new album is called Spirit Tide, and it was essentially written and recorded by Ben Tolich with a little help from his friends. Here's Ben now to tell us how this fifth album of his as Molly Molly came together.
Well, I've been thinking about death, what it's like taking that last breath. Oh, and it scares me, I ain't seen nothing yet.
I had a couple of songs knocking about, mainly the first two songs. I had been playing them at the shows I'd been doing that year, and then my wife and I went on a camping trip up to Matai Bay up north, and that camping trip, really kind of informed the rest of the album. Just being up north and driving up 90 Mile Beach and Cape Reinga and reading all the Māori stories and little plaques they have all along the pathway to the afterlife, as it were, and right up by the lighthouse. And because the songs I had written had those kind of themes in them without me planning it, and so that kind of informed the landscape for the rest of the album.
I see. And so you recorded most of it at home in your home studio, the Coop?
The Coop, yep. Yeah. This room right here.
So is it a fairly solitary experience for you making a record, or do you have people coming in and out?
It is pretty solitary. Sorry, Marty, 1 second. You've gone blank. Does that matter? I can't see you.
You're probably lucky. No, you should be fine.
Okay, sweet. I can hear you. So it's all in this room here. Got everything I need. I got my piano here, and my guitars and my keyboards and a couple of microphones. And it's pretty much just me tinkering away, and then I get my wife in every now and then to be an extra set of ears and tell me when all the chords are not working, and she's very musically trained, so
she plays the harp, right?
Yes, yep, she plays the harp as well, and we've got a bit of harp on there, and and then I got Alex Freer from Tiny Ruins to do the drums, so we went to Jonathan Pierce's studio just for one day to record all the drum tracks. And
what kind of studio does he got? What does he have?
His where all the Beths record all their stuff.
Sure.
On K Road, it's awesome. There's a whole lot of things there.
Right.
And it's just so fun recording with Alex because he just nails it every time. And every song was maybe the first or second, maybe third take. Very very breezy and joyful experience. So, but apart from that, it's pretty much just me.
It's just you. Well, do you like working like that? Or, is it because of financial considerations, or is it just better?
Because I'm a control freak, probably.
Oh, well, there's that too.
No, I don't know. I just I have quite a particular vision for my songs, I guess.
Okay.
And just being able to tinker away at my own pace, knowing that I'm not annoying anybody by doing like 100 takes, and just being able to be very neurotic and twiddling knobs to stupid, unnoticeable amounts just to, please myself. It's just how I work, and it's done well so far.
It works for you. If you're happy, then you should be happy.
Yeah.
Very good. So the album starts with Everything's a River, which is one of the initial songs that you mentioned that kind of got the thing going. So take me into the nuts and bolts of how that came about.
And I've been thinking about war, everybody on the dance floor, strobe lights on the crowd and the music was loud, but I know what I saw,
It started quite different. It was quite a slow song. I didn't have the words. It was just kind of the guitar. It was kind of a different vibe. And then one day I just started speeding it up, and yeah, the words just kind of came pretty quickly, if I remember. I wanted that one to be kind of a live sounding take, so when it came to recording it, I had this demo, I record on my like notes, the voice memos on the phone, and they often sound really great. So I was trying to recapture that, and couldn't quite do it, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I ended up using, proper mics and stuff, and but yeah, again, it's pretty solitary song, that one, just guitar and voice, and a little bit of overdubbing at one point. Becomes a bit of a blur, yeah. But I wanted the album to start kind of sparse like that, yeah.
Right. Yeah, because you're kind of into this minimalism kind of thing, aren't you?
Yeah. I've done the maximalism. I've done like quite layered stuff in the past. My third album was quite layered, and ever since I've been trying to tone it back a little bit, and use space more, and have everything kind of where it's supposed to be, as opposed to overcompensating with layers. Yeah, it might change, but that's the vibe I've been in lately. Yeah, having a bit of room sound as well is nice sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. And it's followed by The Sentence, which is the other song that kind of got this thing going. So what can you tell us about that?
Well, I'm gonna cut to the chase while I have you here in this sacred space. He's dead. Yeah, he sawed off the barrel and made his bed up in the salty north countryside. Not a soul in which to confide.
The Sentence, yeah, so that one, yeah, those two kind of came together. That song was inspired by my wife's a paramedic in the helicopters, and she just started up north, working up north, and she came back. She came home. I think it was her first week working that job, and I've heard a lot of pretty intense work stories from her, but this one,
imagine.
Yeah, this one in particular kind of jumped out at me. It was very tragic, but somehow kind of transcendent in a weird way. I think the song kind of explains it better than I could right now. But it's inspired by hearing her tell that story to me. That's kind of what inspired it. Yeah. And that very much connected to, like I said, being up north, Cape Reinga, and the spirituality up there. It all kind of tied in quite well. And yeah, the video was again just she filmed me again in this room playing guitar, and then I chopped it up with a bunch of shots and used some kind of archival footage, those old from the web from those websites. And yeah, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. It took quite a while actually, but people seem to like it. So yeah.
Now, with her having this job, which I would imagine just by the nature of it would bring quite a bit of stress and kind of up, it's not a mellow thing to be doing, and to hear about it, I'm imagining now that maybe you guys, the two of you, since you're both musicians, kind of use music to kind of come down from being around that.
Yeah, we both got different ways of. Well, I mean, I'm not the one doing the job, so it's not too hard for me. It's not too hard for me to have to decompress. She has her own coping strategies, and I mean, she's often tinkering away on the piano here, and but yeah, for me, it's I guess that song was a way of making sense of that story. Some of the stories don't affect me as much, but that one did, and so that's kind of how it worked out. Yeah.
And then on the other side, you have a more pastoral type of tune like Summer Evenings, which is just kind of, on the flip side of that coin, where you can just imagine you guys chilling out, I guess.
So peaceful on the lawn tonight. The cat wants to play in the shadow of the street light. If this world is a bowl of spinning drunk fish, what good is doing good? What good is this? My outstretched arms reaching in real time.
That's kind of inspired by the camping trip, I guess, that song.
Right.
Or some of it anyway. Yeah. That I feel like the album starts off quite dark and, to do with the afterlife and death and stuff, and then I noticed it kind of ends with these relationship and then love songs at the end, and that song's towards the end. So that's kind of the arc of the album, I guess. Yeah.
Right. And have you been doing live shows?
Not yet, no. I've got something not 100% locked in for June, but I'll be doing that. I've just been.
And then you engage other players to perform with you, or is it all solo?
Yeah, it's often solo, but I have actually been talking to some other people to get along to help me out this time, because the songs, these songs in particular for this album, there's more drums. This is probably the most drums I've used on an album, and they warrant themselves to have a bit more of a band vibe. But so I'll probably do some band shows and then end up just playing solo, because I like playing solo as well. Yeah.
And do you have kind of favorite types of venues and audiences to play in front of?
Yeah, small kind of intimate ones. I'm often at the wine cellar.
There you go.
And a nice, the songs they work best when there's a kind of quiet audience, kind of leaning in a little bit. They're not kind of necessarily in your face songs. Yep. So, though that's generally I think the more rewarding show. Maybe one day I'll write some real bangers and hit the clubs. Yeah.
So are you writing all the time? Or have you written more songs since these came to be?
Yeah, I am. I've already got a bunch of ideas and some finished songs. I've seen to kind of gotten a bit of a momentum going with how I do this. Because this is my 5th album now, so ever since my 2nd album I've kind of gotten this kind of wheel turning, which is nice. It keeps me it's always nice to have something to work on, and I really enjoy the writing part of the process, and so always writing, always got little melodies and things going along, and so I don't know when else I don't know when that will turn into something. We'll see.
You never know. In the meantime, maybe we'll catch you at the wine cellar sometime soon, huh?
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, that's where I think I met you there when I supported Laney Blue. That was maybe last year or the year before. Yeah.
God knows when.
Yeah.
It's all a blur.
Yeah, no, fair enough. You go to a lot of shows.
But that'll be cool. Yeah. All righty, very good. Well, good luck with everything. I'm glad we got to talk about this. It's a lovely record.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Yeah, hope to see you soon. Cool. All right.
Thanks, Marty.
Bye.
See you later.